Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you some brushes and some gouache paint that were sent to me by Arrtx. The travel paintbrush set here comes with 2 brushes and a little carry case, which I think is super cute. It's made of a white polyurethane, so it's plastic, so damp brushes inside aren't really going to harm it or anything. And the brushes here, as you can see, you take the brush out of one side and then click them together and they become a full-size brush, which is pretty nice. I also really like that the different sizes of brush are different colors, so it'll be pretty easy to recognize which brush is which. Like one of them is a number 8 and I think the other one is a number 3, but yeah, so you can tell which is which even when they're closed up, which is great. And the handles are made of metal, which is also nice, and I look forward to throwing this in my little travel painting kit the next time I go out to paint, which admittedly is not very often these days. It's been hot, it's been buggy, I've been busy, I haven't been painting a ton, but it was really nice to sit down with these sets of gouache paint here and really do a painting. Like just do a painting from start to finish. So the first set here is the vibrant colors, and these are the Arrtx Jelly Gouache. I think it's their newer set, but anyway, you can buy it in either each of the separate 9 color sets, or you can buy the 18 color set, which comes with both of these boxes here. So this is how it looks when you get the tins open. This is the white from the 9A set, and this set in particular has the vibrant colors, so they're brighter, deeper, sort of more typical colors than the other set. The other one is the 9B set, and this is more of the, they call it muted colors, but some of them are really bright as well. I think this one is my favorite. The other one is definitely more utilitarian, I guess. It's sort of your typical student grade set with student grade colors, whereas this one I find the selections are more intentional, more designed, and more artistic. So this one is my favorite, and most of the colors that I used for the painting I'm doing in this video are from this set. This green here is just, it's beautiful. Look at it. It's so nice. So in terms of these coming in tins, I did have some trouble opening a couple of them, only because some of the paint had gotten into the threads of the screw lid. I just soaked them in water for a little bit and then they loosened right up, and that was fine. It didn't wreck the paints on the inside, so I was able to get them all open, no problems there. And here you can see some quick swatches that I did of all these colors. You can see how bright that red orange is from the 9B set. And then down here at the bottom is one where I tested how the Prussian blue would re-wet after it dried on my palette. And you can see it's not exactly the same. It took a lot of trying to re-wet it. So these are jelly gouache, and so I would definitely recommend using them wet straight out of the jar. And I am actually gonna take these and put them into this porcelain palette here so that they don't have to sit open while I'm using them and they don't all dry out. These ones are definitely better wet. That's what I found out working with these. That's my professional opinion, I guess, or my personal opinion if you prefer. Yeah, so I would use these guys wet and mix them in a palette instead of mixing them in the actual tins that they come in. I also kept myself to a slightly limited palette. It's not like super limited, but I didn't use all 18 paints. I wanted to constrain it a little bit for the piece that I'm going to paint, which is this one here, which I actually did an underpainting beforehand with the Naples yellow from the 9B set, just so that I would have something to work with as my base layer. And so as you can see, it's a horse with a rider in armor, because I actually went to a medieval fair this past weekend for the first time in ages. That's all of it. That's basically all of the footage I took. But yeah, it was really fun. And in terms of the painting, now that we're back to the painting footage, I preferred using these paints fairly thick once I got going. Now, they are water-based, it says, and you can re-wet them, but it's not super easy, which leads me to believe that there's not much of a humectant in them, and that there might not be much of a binder either. It says on the package that there's less glue, and I'm not sure if that means less filler or less binder in general. You are getting a lot of pigment, but I find that it's difficult to guide the pigment precisely where you want it to go, which is common of student grade paints because they're using more affordable materials. It's not really a big deal. You just kind of have to know how the paint works, and the longer I worked on this painting, the better I got a feel for these paints, and I did have fun in the end. But to me, they paint more like acrylic gouache or like tempera paint, and I actually enjoyed it more using them like a tempera and doing small strokes with fairly thick paint. That was quite fun for me, whereas they didn't really feel to me like a true watercolor or a true gouache. So that's just my opinion. That's how they feel to me. They might work differently on different paper, but I'm using them here on 100% cotton watercolor paper, and I did find that using them more like an acrylic or an acrylic gouache got me better results. In terms of the travel brushes, I really liked them. I had very few complaints. They were a little wobbly in terms of the fit with the back end on to start with, so I just basically crimped it down with a pair of pliers, and then they were fine. So with anything, you know, don't judge it too harshly until you use your human ingenuity to come up with a quick fix. So the brush heads themselves are really comparable to any affordable watercolor brush. So yeah, they paint just fine. They come to a nice point, and they're cute. That's probably the main selling feature for these guys. And honestly, for the jelly gouache too, like, they're cute. They're really fun sets. They're different than most other things I've really seen on the market. Even Arrtx has different jelly gouache setups, and I like the tins. I prefer these to you know, the ones that come in little squares. I don't know. It's not aesthetic to me. And yeah, the colors are great, especially in the 9B set. And you can see here I'm using that nice turquoise blue from the 9B to block in the final background, which really ties this piece together. And the gouache dries with a lot of really nice texture in it when you use it really thick. So honestly, that's my favorite way to use this. If you want to play around with really textured gouache paintings and you still want that really matte quality that acrylic doesn't have, these have it. They dry with more texture, I find, than the acrylic gouache that I've used. So take that how you will. I enjoyed this painting. I enjoyed the medieval fair. I enjoyed these products, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, feel free to leave a comment. Let me know if you've used these paints before, or if you'd like to put them on your wish list. I will leave you with a little bit of music and some satisfying tape peeling footage. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!